Hello and welcome to Otterwood Cottage, where we're building a brand new small holding in the heart of the Lincolnshire countryside. I'm Emma and we're delighted to have you along with us. Saturday morning. Mr. H has a stinking cold this weekend and so is currently taking little Miss to work, and then I'm going to try and convince him to have a day on the sofa, relaxing and resting. Chances are he may ignore me, but I'm going to try. In the meantime, Otter and I are going to try and crack through some of the August job list. But before we do that, we're going to take care of the animals, starting with Otter. Otter, sit. Yes. Starting with some fresh wood chip for the chickens. So each week, both of our hen runs get a barrow load of wood chip, and that works as our out deep litter system for the outside spaces. Now the fun is always keeping the big girls out and the little pair in, because these big girls have the run of the entire paddock, but the one space they're not allowed is in here because they don't know how to be very kind to Bonnie and Clyde. And so of course the one place they want to be is in here. Away! I spoke in a previous video about how taking on the training of a puppy at the same time as starting a small holding takes a brave family. This is case in point. Otter, sit, 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 calm, good, calm, it's okay, it's just a shovel, it's okay. So when you're an 11-month puppy, the whole world is new and strange and maybe threatening, including a shovel and a wheelbarrow. So what should have been, I don't know, a 5-minute job of shoveling a couple of wheelbarrows, maybe 10, with wheeling them back and forth to the chickens, has turned into a 25-minute exposure and sensitivity training session with a puppy dog. Otter. Good boy. Place. See, nothing scary. It's all okay. Beep beep. What have we got, Hey Hays? Fresh wood chip day! The Hey Hays love fresh wood chip day. other thing they have fresh and new each week is new bedding. This one smells like eucalyptus. It's lovely. Fresh bed, lady. Two eggs already. And then finally, out the way, lady. Clear out the straw from the nest boxes. Really? And they'll get fresh. Ah, 3 eggs. They almost never lay at that side. Check their food, check their water. Oh, you're a good boy. Water's full. Food could do with topping up. Here you go, ladies. Standard day in the life of broken thumbnail. And in the meantime, a very rare sighting of Mama Wilkes, who's doing the same for her pair. Now, whilst I'm in the field and I've got the barrow, I'm going to take the opportunity to gather up some of this hay that Mr. H has been strimming, and I've been raking into piles each morning on the dog walk. I've been doing a couple as we go round, much to Otter's disgust, because he feels very much the same way about the rake as he does about the shovel. Hey, good boy. So that's 2 wheelbarrow loads of hay done. Hey, buddy. One dog who didn't bark at the wheelbarrow once. Well done. And now Otter and I are off to the veg plot. Come on, Ots. Our next job of the day is taking these leeks from here and the little teeny tiny leeks that are in the brusky cage, and I'm going to replant those over into the bed where the garlic and the board beans and field beans used to be. I'm just going to go and grab a trowel to help me get these out. Back in a moment. Okay, leeks are in. So you can see that end I've done the individual ones that came from a leek bed over there, a seed bed. These ones are still too tiny to separate out individually, so I have planted them in their cell tray bundles, and they can grow on a bit, and then once they get to pencil thickness I'll do the same thing and move them out individually. Given everything a good watering in. I've also given my lettuces a water, but I thought I'd show you these. These 2 rows here and that one, the Morton mix I was telling you about that I love. Just look at the variety in there, and they are delicious too when they come to be picked. So on that note, I'm going to head inside for a bacon sandwich, and I'll see you this afternoon. Bacon sarnie munched, and a very nice slice of ginger cake. And next job is to harvest all of the chilies from these peppers, and then I'm going to take them out one by one. They've got a little bit of a sign of spider mite on them again, so I'm going to give them a blast with the hose pipe, give them a good drink, pop them back, and then all of the chilies that I have harvested I'm going to pop in the dehydrator. So the peppers have had a lovely good drink and had any sign of spider mite blasted off them. I have harvested, as you saw, all of the chilies. Now I think I'm going to try moving them now to the polytunnel, keeping them in their pots, but about half of them were showing signs of dehydration, it looked like, although they've all had the same watering schedule and it seems to have been fine for some and not others. It's either that or the conservatory is just getting too hot for them, and I suppose unlike the polytunnel where the peppers and chilies are doing, they've not been as prolific, but they are looking healthier. It cools down at night so that it's not constantly kind of a high temperature, and with the heat waves we've been having, the conservatory does get insanely hot, as you can imagine, in the day. Just one row of, you think you've got so many, and then you pop them on here and it's just one row of stuff. Need to think what else I can dehydrate so that I'm making the most of having it on. Right, anyway, I'm waffling. So the point is, I'm going to move those chilies and peppers still in their pots into the polytunnel, just put them on the pathways in the poly and try and remember to water them regularly, and just see if the slightly cooler temperatures in the polytunnel serve them better. And if not, to be honest, I've had so many chilies from them. The ones in the polytunnel are still producing prolifically. I haven't even harvested off of those recently. We have more than enough chilies, so if they don't do very well in the polytunnel either, then I'm just going to let them go, and next year I'm going to focus on sweet peppers anyway. So let's see how that goes. We're going to move them, get this on, move the chilies, and then we'll move on to the next thing. This next job is just a little one, but it's one that's been hanging around for absolutely ages, and every time I walk past these I keep thinking I must test those, and I haven't done it for weeks, as you can see. So I'm taking great pleasure in doing that job now. The other thing I've just done but didn't catch on camera is to give those peppers a really good feed with my liquid feed as well, to give them the best chance before, I don't think you need to be there anymore, before I move them into the poly, which I will do when they've dried off a bit, because they're in those bags. They are sopping wet on the bottom and I don't fancy moving them while they're wet. I've also just realised that I changed at lunchtime because I got the bottom of my other jeans wet while I was, whoops, that was a good one. I got the bottom of my other jeans wet, easy for you to say, whilst I was watering the leeks in, and I didn't want to sit in wet jeans while I was eating my bacon sarnie, so I changed, and I've forgotten to change back. And this is how nice clothes end up as gardening clothes really quickly in my house, because these are brand new and I'm already out gardening in them. So I'm just going to do this relatively clean job and then try and remember to go and change. Now I am just dropping these straight on the floor because this is a chaos bed and I am hoping it will self-seed. So by cutting these and letting them drop, hopefully quite a number of them will give us little calendula seedlings next year without having to make any effort. Best kind of gardening. No effort gardening. Bravo! All the heads have been deaded. Or is it all the deads have been headed? Anyway, job done. Okay, now this wasn't on my planned list of things to do today, but I've just walked past here and spotted that once again we have a marrow which the chickens will be delighted with. So to prevent that continuing to happen, look, that's a shame. That one's gone bad, so the chicken's gonna have that as well. What the dogs are going mad at in the background. That's a good one. Two. A delivery. They need to protect us from the scary Amazon man. I think there's a little baby one there, but that's too small. I've planted these far too close together, which means I can't see the fruit coming, which then means I end up with these. Maybe I should try and cut away some of this foliage. I don't know. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. That just broke it off. Should I try and cut away some of the leaves, or should I just leave it be and go foraging? I mean, I'm not mad that the chickens get this lovely marrow, but equally, I don't want us to miss out on food that we could be having. I am going to get rid of that one because it's gone very yellow on the end, as has that one. Maybe I'm answering my own question. Asked for your advice and then did my own thing anyway. Standard. Let's get rid of these dead ones, or damaged ones. I'll move those to the compost later. Ooh! Look how much water came out of there. Amazing. There you go. If you're ever thirsty while you're gardening, apparently the stems of your courgettes with a place to go. Oh, I don't know. I could just take one out, give myself space, but that feels unnecessary as well. Help! How shall I sort these courgettes? Right, let's go and give these to the chickens. Hey Hayes. All right, big one for the big chickens. Little one for the little chicks. What do you think? I don't think you've had courgette before. Not sure what to make of that. Right, as is so often the case, I headed inside to get changed back into my gardening trousers and then got distracted by indoor stuff that needed doing, and so we're a couple of hours on now because I had some bits and bobs to do inside. So we are, I don't know what time, gone 5 o'clock, and I just want to finish off some bits that I wanted to do up here in the fruit cage. I'm bringing along a stand so you can come with me. Let's finish up in here together. Now the two main jobs I wanted to get done up here are to tie back the raspberries and the loganberries. Now I'm up here, I can see there is an awful lot of thistles coming through. Are they thistles? Weeds anyway. Which is a bit of a pain because it wasn't that long ago that I came through here and cleared every last weed. So I don't think I'm going to have time to do that today realistically, but it is definitely a job that needs doing because otherwise it's going to get unmanageable, and then it starts to become something you avoid because it's too big of a job. So I do need to think about getting up here. Maybe I'll do a bit now with you and then see how the time goes. I also spotted, I think there's a few fruit there, so I can give myself a little fruity snack. Hardly a big haul, but delicious nonetheless. So good. Alright, I think we need one more string for this set. Let me just show you this caterpillar. Look at that. That is quite something. Not spiky, very spiky. Do you need pinning back? No, I think you'll be all right there. Right, let's go over to the loganberries. They are thornless, I think. Pretty sure I bought thornless loganberries. I have to put you over here. Here you go, you can stand on top of the rhubarb. Now some of this has done what I wanted it to do and made its own way up, but some of it is trailing along the floor rather than up and along which I think I'd prefer it to come. Ah, look. Oh no, not quite ripe. Sad times. Right, I'm going to tie this on. So I'm going to tie you to there. You're going to start getting caught on this now, which I don't think I want. Let's tuck you up. See here. And here. Oh, that's interesting. Now, how has that happened? Let me show you. Look. Now that is all the way up there. So it's not, well, it's certainly not a rabbit chewing it. What's caused that? Because there's actually a piece taken out of it. That is not good. And I don't know why it's happened. But a bird could easily get through there. And I might have to do a little bit of a recce round. I wonder if that's just wind damage, whether it was caught on something. Anyway, sorry, you're just listening to me think out loud now. Right, let's get these tied up and worry about that in a minute. There we go. Loganberries tied up. Raspberries tied up. So I started to weed, which actually is pretty tough because the ground's so dry. Stuff's not really, oh, that was just proved me wrong. I was about to say stuff's not really pulling out by the roots because the ground is too dry, and then the next two things I pulled came up by the roots to prove me wrong. But that's not why I brought you over here. What I brought you over here for was to say I found the most random thing. Look at this. I've got a volunteer tomato in the fruit cage. It's definitely tomato. I can smell that it's tomato from the smell of the leaves. How the heck did that get in here? Bizarre. Anyway, now you can see up close, look. It's got ever so weedy in here, which is a bit of a shame because it wasn't that long ago that I last weeded, but I mean, I'm kind of tempted to leave that there and see what happens to it. But these, apart from being spiky and therefore not very pleasant, yeah, see, normally, because this is all top dressing, it's not, these are coming up not from the ground underneath, I don't think, but from the stuff that's blown in onto the top dressing. Normally it's super easy to lift out when I weed in here, but because it's so dry and compacted from the heat wave we've had, I don't know if I'm better waiting until we've had some rain. It's entirely possible that I'm procrastinating because at the end of the day I'm tired, and therefore, I mean, I could go and get a trowel and dig them out of the hard ground, but I don't normally need to do that in here. Normally I could just get hold of the weeds and they just lift straight out. So it feels like doing it on a day when it's so dry is actually making life harder for myself. Although if I wait for rain, they might be an awful lot bigger, mightn't they? I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna the clock. Maybe I'm just gonna give myself a break. The sun's come out. Perhaps I'll get a cup of tea, sit in the sunshine, look at the view for a while. Because you know, that stuff's important too. Yeah, blow it. I'm going to leave the weeds. I'm going to get a cup of tea. I'm I'm going to enjoy this sunshine. So I'll catch you next time. Thanks for coming along with me today. It's just been a pottering day. Pottering around the plot, doing bits and bobs. Hopefully you've enjoyed coming with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.